How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, it means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff, not just One Piece reviews. We do discussions, and we talk about a variety of manga. So, getting into it, before that, I actually got a decent Shank shirt, just a decent One Piece shirt in general. They're so hard to find in the Midwest. Jesus, this series is gigantic across the entire world, and I can't find One Piece merch to save my life, in person at least, obviously. Online, different story. And real quick, before I want to get into the video, make sure and go check out Grace, I'm not sure the exact pronunciation. Over on Twitter, they do wonderful colorings for One Piece chapters. I use some of their colorings for some of the thumbnails sometimes, and they just ask that people shout them out, let people know that that's where the coloring's coming from, and hey, that's completely fair. Go check them out. It's absolutely awesome. But anyway, Chapter 1025. I was sleeping on this chapter, I'm not gonna lie. I talked to a couple people about the chapter before making this video, because, well, the fan translation's been out for a minute now. And I initially read it when I was very tired on vacation in the morning, just happened to wake up, and I was like, well, it's there, might as well read it. Okay. Okay, so, initially, I thought there was a lot of awesome things about this chapter, but not everything in it hit me as hard as it should. And there was one thing I wasn't a huge fan about in the chapter, but it was it's nitpicky, I will admit that. But we'll get to that when we get there. So we start off with Big Momonosuke and Luffy and everybody there at the Tokage port, and Momonosuke is terrified. This makes sense. Shinobu even said, I can't age up your mentality or your emotions or things like this. At heart, at your mind, you are still going to be a child, just with the body of an adult, and the body of an adult dragon as well. So, he is still afraid of heights. Even lifting his head up in this super long, tall dragon form is terrifying to him. So, Luffy's yelling at him. Luffy doesn't really beat around the bush. He's pretty honest about stuff. Look at when he told Tama Ace died. He was just like, yeah, he's dead. He's not coming back. Like, he wasn't, like, being mean about it, but he's blunt about a lot of things. And he's just being blunt with Momo, like, you're an adult now, come on, fly up there, and even past being an adult, if Kaido keeps doing whatever he wants up there, everybody's done for. We gotta go. I need to get up there, you need to fly me up there. That's why you became an adult, let's get it, let's go. So, Momo's still doing his typical, stop with your insolence, samurai don't show fear, yada yada yada, all this stuff. Eventually, Momo does start to take off. So, we go back up to the rooftop with Kaido and Yamato, and we're just past the Thunder Bagua clash that we had previously, and Yamato pulled a Gaara from the tuning exams. This is not entirely surprising, because Oda and Kishimoto, well, they're friends, they know each other. Kishimoto even put the Straw Hat's Jolly Roger on the Hokage monument at one point. I think it was in like the very last chapter of Naruto. He literally put the Straw Hat logo on there. So yeah, they're friends. And this is, to me, a pretty clear callback to that. It's just that outer shell. We had no idea for a long time that Gaara had this outer sand shell. We had no idea that Yamato could make this outer glacial glass ice shell thing, whatever it was. But it was really cool. I love stuff like that. So Kaido's like, you're going on the defensive. This shows that Yamato's fighting capabilities and her skills and her techniques in combat are multifaceted. It's not just ice ball, hit with the club again, hit with the club again, ice ball. No, we got some more stuff. We can fight defensively, we can fight offensively, we can do all of this stuff. However, I find it a little funny that Kaido goes, oh, you're going on the defensive. Because right after this, Yamato jumps up, spins the club around, and smacks Kaido on top of the head, slamming his face into the concrete. She also smacks him across the face with the club after this. And I'm just sitting here like, this doesn't seem very defensive. She did, and then she blocked a shot from Kaido. Yeah, that was defensive, but I mean, she lands 2 shots and blocks one of Kaido's shots. That seems a little bit more offensive to me. So I guess, yeah, the glacial, that's why I keep wanting to say glass. It's ice, but glacial. So, anyway, I'm stupid. So, yeah, the ice shield, yes, was defensive, but other than that, it was mainly offense. And then eventually Kaido does get a shot in on Yamato after he's kind of started demoralizing her a little bit. And during this, we figure out that pretty much everybody that's shown Yamato any kindness has died or been killed by Kaido specifically, even somebody who would just feed Yamato as a child would get strung up and killed, executed by Kaido. And then to finish off this segment, this was the part of the chapter that initially was just like by far and away the best part. After reading it again, there's some other stuff that kind of competes with this moment, but Kaido confirms, Yamato, you are the offspring of an Oni. So, Kaido is not human. Confirmed, Kaido is an Oni. And he also states that an Oni shouldn't rely on the friendship or the help of humans. That is your lot in life, Yamato. And this demonic, just terrifying, like almost entirely blacked out silhouette of Kaido, where you can see like his eyes and his mouth only almost. It was an awesome little it wasn't a huge panel, but it was so cool. I loved that tiny little panel there of Kaido. This is when we end up cutting back to Momonosuke, and he's actually flying, and he actually manages to get above Onigashima where he needs to be to land on the rooftop, and Luffy even says, there's shadowy figures on the rooftop. Great, good job, Momo. Momo's like, what are you talking about? This confuses Luffy because Luffy doesn't realize Momonosuke's been flying with his eyes closed. How would you feel if you were in the back of a car and all of a sudden you realize the person driving just has their eyes closed? No, not okay. That's not okay, Momonosuke. Do not fly with your eyes closed. Not a good idea. So yeah, Luffy's asking the same thing. He's like, why are you doing that? Open your eyes. So Momonosuke actually can't find the rooftop and starts crashing through Onigashima. When I said that I have a nitpicky part about this chapter, I feel like we spent too much time on too many reactions from too many different people of Momonosuke and Luffy crashing through the castle. I get it. He's crashing through the castle. He's a giant dragon. Pretty much everybody's going to see him almost no matter where he crashes through. Like, it would be hard for Momonosuke to crash through the castle and 85% of the people not see him. Everybody's going to see him. He's ginormous. He's giant. I don't need a page and a panel for almost every single important person left in the battle to go, Luffy? Kaido? No, it's not Kaido. It's a different dragon. Who is it? I don't need that much of it. We can spend less time on that and more time doing more things throughout the chapter. That is, I admit, a little nitpicky, but that's something I always notice very prevalently throughout different manga. When a chapter comes up and we spend too much time on something just to reiterate it, beat it in, I'm not a huge fan of that. As readers, a large majority of us, even a lot of the younger audiences that read these series, can understand what's going on without this information being reiterated 3, 4, 5 different times, just in slightly different ways, back to back to back. We don't need that. But, like I said, I admit it might be a little nitpicky. Anyway, with that aside, this chapter's still phenomenal, and we gotta keep going with it. So, cutting back to the rooftop one more time for the rest of this chapter, we have Yamato saying she's not gonna let it end like this, and starts charging up an attack. This is when we get a little bit of Kaido's point of view, and you can see Yamato, but you can also see Momonosuke flying up in the background in dragon form. So Kaido's sitting there like, what? And I think what really happens here is Kaido doesn't know what to focus on, so he can't really focus on either properly, because while this is happening, Luffy's still trying to get Momonosuke to open his eyes, and he ends up saying, there's Kaido. He says Kaido is there on the rooftop. This is the motivation, this is the fuel that Momonosuke needed, because we stop seeing the squiggly little lines in Momonosuke's text bubbles showing he's worried or afraid, but then the letters go to a much cleaner font, showing that he's focused, he's not afraid, he opens his eyes, he has a motivated look. Hearing that Kaido is there is what he needed to go, hang on, you're right, I gotta step up. Because this is what Momonosuke does. Constantly throughout this story, he has shown that yes, he's still afraid, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, he steps up. When he was on that execution platform, he stepped up and said he was Kozuki Momonosuke. Now that he's up here flying around with his eyes closed, terrified of heights, even in his adult dragon form, Luffy says Kaido's there, and that's who Momonosuke wants to make sure goes down, opens his eyes, and he's okay, and he can get over his fear. At the end of the day, Momo steps up. So that was great. Then they start flying down. Luffy goes into Gear 4th. Remember, Yamato had started charging up an attack while Kaido got kind of interested in the dragon flying off in the distance, because why is there a second dragon? So here's how I think this is going. Kaido is not paying attention to Yamato because he sees the dragon. Then Yamato starts charging at him, so he's like, ah, crap, Yamato's coming, I'm gonna have to deal with this. But then the dragon starts coming at him at the same time, and then a jet culverin comes from the dragon at him. So it's no, wham, and ends up getting hit by both of them because it's just, what is going on? Why is this happening right now? That's the only thing that can be going through Kaido's head at this moment, because he gets hit by Yamato's, what was it, White Snake Rush in the fan translation, Divine Step, White Snake Rush, and then Luffy's Gear 4 Snake Man, Jet Culverin. Smacks him back. Yamato's like, oh, hey, Luffy, Yama, bro, what's up? Thanks for holding him off for us. So they have this nice little quick yada yada. Kaido immediately pops up in dragon form, is like, okay, 1, Straw Hat, why are you breeding? 2, why is there another dragon here? I'm the dragon here. You're not allowed to be the dragon. I'm the dragon. Not okay. So Luffy immediately says, I'm not gonna die. I'm the one who's gonna become king of the pirates. And then Momonosuke gets the kind of wiggly text bubbles again. Coming face to face with Kaido is more intimidating than, well, he can really handle right off the bat. But just like that, he steps up again, like I said he does, and says, my name is Kozuki Momonosuke. I am the man who will become the Shogun of Wano. Like I said, I was tired when I was first reading this, and this did not hit me right. This whole, I'm going to become king of the pirates, I'm going to become the Shogun of Wano, Momonosuke stepping up to the challenge right in Kaido's face, that was so good. The two of them doing that, absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal way to end the chapter. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, it was too good. That was awesome. When I reread that just now before doing this, oh, that just hits you in your One Piece heart right there. Like it just feels like some One Piece stuff. And it's so good. So good. I love it. I love Momonosuke growing up. I love the fact that this isn't just a complete cheat code. He still does have to deal with his fears, but at the end of the day, it still happens the same way. Even as a child, Momo stepped up when he needed to. Now, he's just stepping up when he needs to as an adult. That's it. And if we're being honest, if this was Momo 1v1 against Kaido, it would be half a second. The fight would not last for any amount of time at all. Kaido would smack him instantly. It would not be a contest. So yeah, this was super fun. I love the chapter. Little nitpicky, but hey, I'm allowed to do that sometimes. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff. So I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.